All right, so I'm out for my morning run, morning walk. I'm walking the dog. But I just felt to do an impromptu video to put it up. I'm having a conversation with I'm dropping my daughter off. It's super early. Just school super early. Last night I was working on stuff for the website, and I woke up a little bit late, and so I'm driving her to school, and she's in the back, and she's got this mean look on her face, like she's just super upset. And I say to her, my daughter's name is Gianna, and I say, Gianna, what's going on? And she says, I just hate being late. I hate being late for stuff. And I said, well, I mean, yesterday there was a potential, or last week there was a potential that you were going to be late, and you didn't have this mentality, you didn't have this attitude. And she was just like, she got quiet. I was like, you know the difference between how you were last week versus today? Because it's very rare that my daughter is late. I get up in the morning and know what has to be done, so I kind of have steps that I'm taking, but it's very rare that she's late. And she says, she didn't say anything. And I said, the difference between you getting upset yesterday or last week or today about the same exact thing is choice. You're choosing to be upset about it, right? You're choosing to cop an attitude or give people attitude because you are not getting what you want, or you're not in the position you wanted to be. And it made me think that we have a lot of woe is me people out there. We have a lot of what about me people. And I'm going to do a larger video on this mentality, but it was fresh in my mind. I'm writing notes down. I carry my phone with me on a regular basis, and I put notes in for topics or for questions that people ask me and things that are really on my heart. Whether I'm praying in the morning, or whether I'm in a devotional, or whether I'm just in conversation with people and these topics come up, that kind of thing. But really ask yourself, is the reasons why you haven't accomplished the things you want to is because you're so used to complaining about what you don't have. Do you hear me? Is the reasons why you haven't gotten to where you want to go is because you're taking all that time to complain about what you don't have, right? Because many of us are ridiculously blessed, okay? I had a time where I had no bed. I was sleeping on a floor in my mom's condo, or my grandfather's condo. My mom was taking care of my grandfather, and that's all I knew, okay? I didn't have a bed. If I did have a bed, it was an air mattress. And for those of you who have ever slept on an air mattress for longer periods than a few days or one night, usually what happens is you wake up on the floor, and that's what happened. And I'm gonna post a video where I kind of give you a little bit more of a bio. Maybe when I'm speaking in front of a group and I'm giving a little more of an introduction, I can give you a little bit more background on who I am. I'm also thinking about doing a live feed on Facebook, so comment and let me know if that would be helpful, where you guys can ask questions and I can kind of give some feedback, because oftentimes there's so many topics that we want to talk about that we don't really get to it. But let me refocus. Even when I was on the floor of my grandfather's place, even when I would come home and the only thing to eat was warming up, cutting a potato in half and warming it up and putting a little olive oil and some salt and pepper or some tuna, because that's all we had, even then I had a lot more than a lot of other people. And I can tell you that my life is much different now than what it was. Okay, my kids, my daughters, I have a 10-year-old and I have an 8-month daughter, Aria. They do not want for anything. There's nothing that they have right now that they can't say, if I'm hungry, there's food. If I'm tired, there's a bed. If I need to get somewhere, there's a car. They have not gone through the struggle of having to get in right on a bus or walk to a location that they had to walk. The reason why they walk now is because they think it's cool because it's exercise. When back then, and for a lot of people right now, the reason why you walk is because if you didn't walk, you wouldn't get to where you needed to go, right? So I applaud the people that are getting up every morning at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, getting up, and they don't want to be up, but they're getting up and they're working hard and they're working for their family and they're doing the work that needs to be done to get to the goals that they want to accomplish. But there's that other side. There's the people that are, and I'm standing still because my dog is deciding that she wants to look around at everything, which she does every morning. But what things do you have that you complain about so much that you don't realize that you are truly blessed? Because we live in a blessed society, don't we? We live in a society that people have everything they possibly could think of. But when something small breaks down, they like to complain about how much they don't have. You have a running car right now? I can tell you right now, you're blessed. You have a job that pays you right now? You're blessed. You have food in your refrigerator, whatever amount of food it might be, you're blessed. So when are you going to stop complaining and do something about it? You are more than a conqueror. You are more than a warrior. Be the ambassador. Be the person that is a good influence onto our kids and onto the people that we walk around. The people that you spend time around, you should be a better influence on them and leave them better than when they first were around you. And if you don't know what the struggle is, if you don't know what it's like to not have, and you've gotten too comfortable, then that's a question you need to start asking yourself. Am I too comfortable? Have I gotten used to this life? Whoa, we only took 2 vacations this year. When I was a kid, when I was growing up, I didn't even know what a vacation was. A lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now my kids go to Disney at least 2 to 3 times a year, at least. So there's something to be said about growing up without having. It gives us a drive. But I think the question is once you get to a point in your life that struggle is no longer that you need, what do you do? Now it becomes about choice. Are we making those choices? That's the question I put out there. I hope this was beneficial. I hope I wasn't ranting and it didn't make sense of what you were talking about. All right, guys, have a blessed day. Have a great day. Do something today. Like, get up, do something. Like, don't complain about what you don't have and what you want to be and who you think you should be. Get up and be that person. Take those first steps. Watch some videos. Read some books. Talk to some people. Spend some time wisely. Don't spend all day on Facebook or Instagram thinking about and coveting what other people have. Build that for yourself. It's possible, right? Live like there's no tomorrow. We are not promised tomorrow. All right, guys, be blessed.